Hey guys, Irma here. I'm in my car and I'm kind of freaking out. I just got done taking my NCLEX at 2 p.m. and I'm like, my hands are like shaking because I finished at 75 questions and the computer went blank. Like, my hand is like shaking. See the camera? And I got so many select all that applies, so many alternative questions, and I just did the Pearson trick out of here because I felt like I was gonna pass out, and I just got the good pop-up, and the emotions that I'm feeling right now, I'm just like, I'm so thankful, and I'm gonna hyperventilate. I just worked so hard for this, and I just thank God. I give him all the glory and everything, and I worked really hard after I failed the first time, and I put in so many hours in studying and so much for this, and I just feel really blessed right now, and it's not official, but the pop-up said I haven't opened registration with NCLEX. I can't re-register, and the way I felt during the test wasn't the same I felt last time. Yes, I was nervous and freaking out, but I felt like I knew more, and I was more confident in my answers than I was last time. And that in itself is just amazing, and I will come back when I find out my results, and I will continue. Thank you guys. Don't give up. Bye. Hey guys, Irma here, back again. Just wanted to come and talk to you a little bit more. As some of you know and have seen my past videos, you know that I took my first attempt on the NCLEX October 16th of this year, 2014, and I did not pass that attempt. So once I re-registered for the NCLEX mid-November, around 2nd or 3rd week of November, I repaid for my fees with Pearson and with the Board of Nursing, and I scheduled my second test again for December 16th, which was a few days ago. Today is Friday, December 19th, and I took my test this past Tuesday. And as you saw earlier in the video, was right after I finished my test, like right after I got in my car. As you saw, my test shut off at 75 questions, and I was by no way expecting that. I wasn't even looking at the number this time because I think the first time I was so focused on the number, and I was just a mess the first time. I was so nervous, freaking out, focused on the number, and like going through the questions, I wasn't focused on the questions. I was just so emotional the first time I took the test, and I got all 265 questions and ended up failing. So that sucked. But after I studied really, really hard for about 3 weeks, I studied, and I was really, really studying hard and taking my first experience and studying things that I knew were going to be on the test again. And I really focused on that, and medications also. And like I said, I took my test Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The first time I took it was at 8 in the morning, and I am not a morning person. So I decided, I'm going to try the afternoon so that way I can wake up and eat some breakfast and relax and just go in there calm. So then my test was at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and I started around 2, After I sat down and stuff into the, it was also a good going in there already knowing how the process was, the sign in process, you know, how they check you and check your palm prints and make sure empty out your pockets. Like I was calm going in. I was still a little nervous, don't get me wrong. But I was like, okay, is this gonna happen? So then I sat down, and as I went into the testing center, I said my prayers in my car, and I was mentally preparing myself. I was saying, you know, just repeating the Bible verses. And some of my friends were telling me they believed in me, they were giving me good luck. They prayed for me. My mom prayed for me. My husband, my in-laws, I was praying. You know, I have been really relying on my faith and trusting in God at this point. And also, just like going in there and saying, if God is for us, then who could be against us? You know what I mean? Just mentally being positive and just being positive that I know this information, that I've studied, and that I can do this, and that I had a job waiting on me, you know, like this job. I needed to pass this test. So then you saw in the video that I also did the Pearson review trick right after the exam, and I got a pop up, and um it said you currently have registration open, and I was like freaking out because that's a good thing, right? So then I came home and I was like, wait, is that the good pop up or not? So I looked up on forums online saying if that was a good pop up or not, and I also asked my friends who've passed if that was what they got. So they were saying, you know what, maybe you should wait in a couple of hours to make sure, because the pop up you're supposed to get is supposed to say like our records indicate that you have currently taken this exam or some form of that nature of what I had just said. So I was like, okay. So I was kind of happy because it didn't let me pay for the exam when I first did the Pearson View. So then I got home and I called my husband right after, called my mom, and I told her that I finished the exam in an hour. And even the guy at the Pearson Center was like, excuse me, he was like, wow, you're a fast one. And I was like, I wasn't expecting that. So then I called my husband and I was like, I don't know, I did this Pearson thing and it didn't let me pay, and I finished in 75, and I was just texting all my nursing friends. I'm like, oh my god. So, so then I waited. So that was Tuesday, and then Wednesday I had a lot of errands to run my mom, a lot of Christmas shopping to do. I took my mind off NCLEX for a while and just like, no, no, no. And then yesterday, Thursday morning, I went to have breakfast with my husband. Had his day off, and we went to eat breakfast in a local little restaurant here in town. And I was like, you know what? I'm supposed to get my quick results today.